So personal development 101, spirituality 101. Again, people, if you truly understand this, if you truly understand who you are, you're going to be miles ahead of most of the people on this planet. I don't know where exactly you are learning this information from. I've learned this through reading multiple books and watching a lot of videos on YouTube and so on. So self-development, personal development, and so on is where I learned this, not through the public school system. So understand that you are a spirit at your core. You're not your body. You have a body, sure, but you are not the body itself. You have a body. The body is the vessel. So if you go to a funeral, the body is in the casket, but what was operating the body is the spirit. It is the life force. It is the source. It is source energy. You are the watcher observing everything. You are not the body. You have a body. For example, if we're talking about an amputee, then let's say the person's name is Jeff, right? Jeff may lose a leg, but Jeff doesn't lose himself because Jeff is not body. Jeff has a body. Jeff has lost a limb, but Jeff is not the limb, you see. Jeff is the one observing that he has lost a part of his body. So understand that at our core, we are spirit. Now, the term spirit may vary depending on the culture that you come from. So when people watch these videos, thousands of people watch these videos from all over the planet. So you may refer to spirit as source energy, prana, chi, the observer, the watcher, life force, etc. Use your favorite term for spirit, but you are spirit at your core. So you're a spirit governing a human body with the access to tools. And these tools are your mind power, your willpower, and your emotions. Your mind is a tool. You have control of the mind. It is your tool. So when we say that somebody has lost their souls or they have sold their souls, this means that that individual has given over control of their tools to some other entity, some other person, some other being. For example, in the narcissistic abusive entanglement, because I stay away from calling these relationships because they're not really mutually beneficial relationships. Pathological narcissists are parasites. You are the host. The first step, which is the love bombing or the idealization phase, is the first phase in the abuse cycle. You're not really in a relationship. You're in an abuse cycle. And this is why things were so up and down and around, because it's an abuse cycle. And again, you have to break this cycle. But when we're talking about selling one's soul, we're talking about giving over control of your faculties, your mind power, your willpower, and your emotions to someone else. So if we bring it back to the narcissistic entanglement, then the narcissist wanted your soul. They wanted to control your mind power, your willpower, and your emotions. And if they have that, then they can control you. They have you. That is it right there. And they want your soul because they sold their souls, you see. They sold their souls or they lost their souls in childhood. This is why clinicians call it a personality disorder. They have an impairment at the mind level because they're losing their minds. They have an impairment at the emotional level because they're based in shame and they can't move past their pride. They do not have access to any more positive emotions. That's it. They stop at pride. They don't have any courage. They don't have access to neutrality. They don't have access to love. They don't have access to empathy. They don't have access to joy. They're stuck in the third dimension, stuck in hell and purgatory. They did not develop past their lower ego. They don't have control of their will anymore, you see. They're impulsive and compulsive because they abandon their spirit. So with them abandoning their spirit, then this left a portal for other entities to control them. And this is what they want you to also go through. And this is what they're trying to do in the narcissistic abusive entanglement. Get you to sell your soul. And this is why it felt like you were losing yourself, because you were. They wanted to control your mind, control your will. They wanted to break your will so that you don't leave. They wanted control over your emotions, and this is why they emotionally abuse you and emotionally manipulate you. They triangulate you to get supply from you because you're feeding on that jealousy energy. They wanted your soul. They wanted to control you. So oftentimes people wonder what narcissists want. Narcissists want your subservience. They want your soul. They want to control you. It really is that simple. Narcissists don't want your empathy. There are people that are in these entanglements for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, giving narcissists empathy. They don't want your empathy. All of your empathy is going to evaporate at the third dimension because you're pouring into a black hole. They cannot receive it, not at that vibration.